Tonight, a holiday travel mess. Amtrak trains down for hours across the Northeast. And the terrifying scene after a truck crashes right into a busy mall on this weekend before Christmas. Trains halted from Philadelphia to Boston. Thousands of passengers waiting for hours. So when will they be fully back on track?
How frustrated are you?
I'm enraged.
A high-speed police pursuit ends with the suspect speeding into a JCPenney, plowing into shoppers. Police and security opening fire. Tonight, we hear from survivors.
I run up. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go.
2 American pilots rescued after their fighter jet was shot down by their own military. So how did this happen? The accused CEO killer in court tomorrow. His lawyer may finally enter his plea. Skiers in Colorado stranded on gondolas. How more than 100 of them, look at that, had to rappel down ropes to safety. New fallout from Blake Lively's sexual harassment allegations against her co-star, the major talent agency that just dropped him. And home for the holidays. We are on board this Navy ship as it returns to shore. The emotional reunions as Christmas wishes come true.
This is NBC Nightly News with Hallie Jackson.
Good evening. We're coming on the air with a new holiday headache for travelers trying to celebrate the season. Major delays, snarling train traffic on the East Coast. Look at this. Crowds of people stuck for hours in New York City and beyond to Boston and Philly because of down power lines. The weather's mainly fine. No big problems at the airport. But for folks who've been looking for an alternative to flying or driving, a messy start to the holiday travel stretch. And late tonight, service still is not fully back on track. Priscilla Thompson starts us off.
Line after line after line. This was the chaotic scene at New York City's Penn Station today, where hordes of rail passengers were left stranded for hours. How long have you all been here?
We've been here since 5:30 this morning.
Routes between New York and Philly, D.C. and New York, and Boston and D.C. delayed or canceled due to down power lines blocking tracks and equipment unavailability, Amtrak says. How frustrated are you?
I'm enraged. And our Christmas celebration is this evening. I got my big suitcase of gifts and just trying to get out of here.
All of this couldn't come at a worse time for holiday travelers desperate to get where they're going, like Caroline Keene, who's on her way to see family in D.C.
There's so many flight delays, especially this time of year, and they really choose Amtrak because you can count on the trains.
At the airports, mostly clear skies, things getting a little better after days of winter weather. Across the country, there have been more than 4,000 delays, but fewer than 100 cancellations. Back at Penn Station tonight, many left hoping for a miracle on 31st Street.
Do you think you're getting out tonight?
I don't think so. But I want to know sooner rather than later.
Priscilla is joining us now live from what appears to be a pretty crowded Penn Station. Priscilla, is there hope on the horizon? Are things finally looking better?
Yeah, Hallie, crowded, but the good news is these lines are now moving. Service has been restored between New York and Philly, but Amtrak says that customers can still expect about up to an hour's delay. And as for those other routes, though, no word on when those will be back up and running. Hallie?
Priscilla Thompson, thank you. Holiday shopping taking a terrifying turn at a mall in Texas after a man pursued in a high-speed chase by police crashed his truck into a JCPenney, hitting multiple people. Jesse Kirsch has more.
The harrowing moment of impact caught on camera in Killeen, Texas. A pickup truck crashing through the doors of a mall there on one of the busiest shopping days of the year.
Oh my God, they shot him.
Just moments later, you can hear what sounds like gunshots.
Oh my gosh, they shot him.
People running for their lives. The terrifying incident happened late yesterday afternoon when, according to the Texas Department of Public Safety, a state trooper tried pulling over a driver for possibly driving while intoxicated. That's when he took off, veering off the road and into the JCPenney.
They shot him. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, they shot him.
Authorities opened fire, killing the suspect, 53-year-old John Darrell Schultz. Daniel Bartlett was working at the store where it happened.
It was a handful of gunshots, and so I go and I hold the door open to help people out because people are panicking.
Officials say 5 people were hurt as the truck barreled through. JCPenney saying today they have been in close contact with those individuals impacted by the accident and are working to support them in the aftermath. A community now shaken just days before the holidays. Jesse Kirsch, NBC News.
Jesse Kirsch, thank you. 2 Navy pilots are recovering tonight after their fighter jet was accidentally shot down over the Red Sea by friendly fire from an American guided missile. Raf Sanchez has the latest from Jerusalem. So, Raf, what else do we know about how exactly this happened and how those pilots are doing?
So, Hallie, this F-18 was part of a strike group carrying out operations against the Iranian-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen. Central Command says they were shot down by the USS Gettysburg, a missile cruiser, early this morning, apparently mistaken for an enemy aircraft. The 2 pilots were able to eject safely. They were rescued by U.S. forces. One of them did suffer minor injuries. And all of this happened just hours after the U.S. carried out more strikes against the Houthis, who have been targeting both Israel and international shipping vessels. The Houthis are saying they shot down the F-18. The military says that's not true, and they're promising a full investigation. Hallie?
Raf Sanchez, thank you. Back here at home, President-elect Trump speaking today at his biggest public event since he won the election, hinting at a potential meeting soon with Vladimir Putin and addressing criticism about Elon Musk's influence. Here's Aaron Gilchrist.
The golden age of America is upon us. It is.
Tonight, President-elect Trump in Phoenix for his largest public event since winning the White House, taking a victory lap.
January 20th will truly be Liberation Day in America. Is that okay? Liberation Day.
In his hour-long speech to the conservative Turning Point USA conference, Trump addressed his cabinet picks, tax cuts, and ending the war in Ukraine.
President Putin said that he wants to meet with me as soon as possible.
The president-elect never spoke directly about last week's narrowly averted government shutdown. Democrats blamed Trump and tech billionaire Elon Musk for tanking the original deal.
We're going to have Elon Musk also injecting instability into how we tackle very complicated and important issues for our country.
Trump today attempting to put to bed rumors that Musk was actually pulling the strings behind the scenes.
The new one is President Trump has ceded the presidency to Elon Musk. No, that's not happening.
Republicans defending the role Musk has in the party.
And we're going to bring in Elon Musk and allow him to help us see what we aren't being able to see.
All right, Aaron Gilchrist for us. They're reporting, of course, on Mr. Trump's event. Aaron is joining us now from the White House North Lawn. And Aaron, the president-elect is also elaborating on some of what he plans to do on day one, right?
Right, Hallie. Mr. Trump promised executive orders to close the border and to kick transgender people out of the military. He also plans to order federal workers back to in-person office work, or he said he'll fire them. Hallie?
Aaron Gilchrist, thank you. We're following a new report tonight that says a sitting Texas Congresswoman, Kay Granger, is in a senior living facility after missing months of votes. Julie Sirkin is digging into this on Capitol Hill. And Julie, a spokesperson denies Granger is living in memory care, right?
That's right, Hallie, but her son is telling the Dallas Morning News that she is in a senior living facility. The Congresswoman hasn't voted since July. In a statement, Granger said she has been, quote, navigating some unforeseen health challenges, making frequent travel to Washington both difficult and unpredictable. Last month, the Congresswoman was in D.C. for her portrait unveiling, honoring her tenure as the first Republican woman to chair the Appropriations Committee, a role Granger stepped down from in March. The 81-year-old is not seeking re-election, but she's still getting paid by taxpayers to represent her district until January 3rd. Granger's situation reigniting concerns that there are no age or term limits for lawmakers. Hallie?
Julie Sirkin, thank you. The suspect charged in the murder of the UnitedHealthcare CEO is set to appear in a New York court tomorrow to face state charges. NBC News legal analyst Danny Savalos is outside the courthouse. And Danny, we think this is going to be a fairly brief appearance.
It will be. Luigi Mangione faces 2 murder cases, state and federal, in connection with one killing of the UnitedHealthcare CEO, Brian Thompson. Tomorrow, in this courthouse behind me, Mangione will face his state court case and for the first time appear at his arraignment. At that arraignment, they will deal with issues like bail. He's not likely to get bail. And, of course, his rights, like the right to counsel. He's already got counsel. And he will enter his presumably not guilty plea. The arraignment is likely to be short, but tomorrow is the first chance for his legal team to formally respond to the charges against him. There's already a January 18th federal preliminary hearing, but that could go away if he is indicted before then. Hallie?
Danny Savalos, thank you. Still ahead for us tonight, new fallout from Blake Lively's allegations against her co-star from the hit movie It Ends With Us. Plus, a dramatic rescue at a ski resort, how more than 100 people got off a gondola by rope. We are back with new fallout from Blake Lively's sexual harassment allegations against her co-star and director of the hit movie It Ends With Us. The author, whose book inspired the movie, is now speaking out. David Noriega has the latest.
Tonight, scandal rocking Hollywood as the fallout begins from Blake Lively's explosive allegations against co-star Justin Baldoni. Talent agency giant WME telling the New York Times it dropped Baldoni from its roster just one day after Lively filed a legal complaint accusing him of sexual harassment and retaliation.
I want to see you again.
Now you see me.
You know what I mean.
Baldoni starred in and directed the box office hit It Ends With Us, a film about domestic violence based on the best-selling book by romance novelist Colleen Hoover. Hoover herself coming out in support of Lively on social media this weekend, urging her to never change, never wilt. The allegations first made public in a New York Times investigation by Megan Twohey, whose reporting on sex abuse in Hollywood helped trigger the Me Too movement.
Why do you think it's important in this moment?
It's really a story that raises questions about the integrity and authenticity of the online narratives that exist today and to what extent they're being manipulated by people for hire.
The 80-page legal complaint, a precursor to a possible lawsuit, alleges in graphic detail harassment by Baldoni on the production set, including kissing and touching Lively in unwanted ways during filming, and repeatedly commenting on her appearance, weight, and sexual history. An attorney for Baldoni calling the allegations categorically false. Lively and Baldoni never promoted the film together after its release, sparking rumors of a feud, with Lively frequently coming under fire online.
I'm wondering if Blake is actually the problem.
Something she now alleges was the result of a smear campaign masterminded by Baldoni's crisis PR team.
This really reveals a new playbook. This raises questions about who else is sort of being targeted. I mean, to use their own language, they use the terms social manipulation.
The legal battle only beginning, the PR battle raging on. David Noriega, NBC News, Los Angeles.
We are back in a moment with some wild video of more than 100 people being rescued after they were trapped above a ski mountain, and the emotional holiday homecomings that these families always dreamed of. Look at that, just in time for Christmas. The FAA tonight is looking into what happened after multiple drones crashed and fell onto a crowd last night during a holiday drone show in Orlando. So this is the video here showing hundreds of drones in the sky, and look at them. Several of them appear to move out of sync. You see that? One person was reportedly taken to the hospital. The city of Orlando has apologized for what they call technical difficulties during the show. In Colorado, a massive rescue caught on camera. More than 100 skiers and snowboarders at one of the top resorts there had to be evacuated by rope from their gondolas. Adrian Broaddus has more.
Oh, wow. An emergency high above Colorado's Winter Park Resort. 174 skiers stranded and gondolas over the slopes.
Ski Patrol has started a lift evacuation.
Each gondola suddenly stopped.
Are you having any medical emergencies?
No. Amy Carr and her teenage twins
got this, girl.
Rescued after almost 2 hours.
It was pretty scary. Your adrenaline's going.
So many what ifs going through your mind, I imagine.
So many what ifs, and pretty nervous about how are they going to get you down.
But the ski patrol was ready.
We're slowly going to lower each one of you out.
Okay. One by one.
You're going to use the rope that we have right here.
Lowering each person with ropes.
Joe, hang on. Oh, my God.
A spokesperson for Winter Park confirms there were no injuries, but says this crack is what caused the lift to malfunction. It remains closed. Tonight, the Carr family shaken, but back on the slopes.
There's probably no way I'm going to take a gondola for a long time.
Adrienne Broaddus, NBC News, Chicago.
When we come back, there's good news tonight. Our cameras on shore and on board as thousands of Navy sailors come home just in time for the holidays. There's good news tonight about making it home for the holidays. And our cameras are there on board a Navy ship with more than 3,000 sailors returning and on shore with their eager families ready to celebrate the season. After 5 long months at sea, one final concert on board the USS Abraham Lincoln.
Y'all are going home tomorrow.
A holiday classic that's not just a song, but a promise.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me.
Being home for the holidays means being home with my family.
Being home for the holidays means spending time with family.
For me, to be home for the holidays is all about family.
If only in my dream.
The aircraft carrier's mission in the Middle East, defending America's interests and allies, is over. Now they're on course for a holiday homecoming.
Really what I miss is just the simple things with my family.
Lieutenant Commander Alexis Travis has 2 young kids at home. She hasn't been able to kiss them goodnight these past 5 months, so she left them Hershey's Kisses instead for each of those 160-plus nights.
I am most looking forward to that very first hug.
At the port in San Diego, her husband, Taryn, waiting with her daughter Andy and son Tristan.
It's going to be a great Christmas. This is the best gift.
Some 3,500 crew members on board means 3,500 families waiting for their return.
We're really grateful he gets to come home and spend the holidays with us.
The children are really excited about having her come home.
It's pretty exciting to have him home. We're just waiting for the hubby to be home.
Ryan Sanchez is waiting for her husband, Archie. She and her son, Gabriel, only have one wish for Christmas.
Full house. That's all I want.
That's Archie on board, Lieutenant Commander Alcides Sanchez. He can't wait for FaceTime calls to turn into face-to-face moments.
Be happy to see my family, my wife, my little boy.
It's going to be surreal.
For aviation structural mechanic Kendall Meeks, this is more than a trip home.
What I'm expecting to see tomorrow is my beautiful wife and my 2-month-old son.
A son he's never met, born while he was away.
She'll introduce us to our son so I can hold him in my arms for the first time.
I'm very excited. I can't believe today is actually here. It's like, oh my God, we're about to meet your dad.
How you feeling, birthday boy? How you feeling?
That first meeting now within sight. They watch the thick fog clear, and the sailors see it for the first time. The shores of America welcoming them home. A return to port like this, steeped in tradition. The sailors line up side by side on the flight deck.
The anticipation is building up. I just can't wait.
The ship now secured. The gangway opens, and these sailors can finally step home.
I have permission to go ashore.
This is the moment Lieutenant Commander Travis, who left behind those chocolate kisses, has dreamed of.
It's incredible.
The family's back together.
Everywhere you look, reunion after reunion, and family joy.
Hi, guys.
And it's not just reunions. There are more than 30 new dads here who haven't met their newborns yet. For these sailors, not just a homecoming, a new beginning.
Yep. Just like it's only been 2 months since he's been born, but I'm ready to catch up on all the time that I missed.
And remember Lieutenant Commander Sanchez, Archie? Watch as his son spots him.
I love you, Dad.
The song goes, I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. On this day, it's a holiday dream come true. Even the Grinch would get choked up on that one. Just a huge thank you to all of those families, not just for letting us share their special moment, but for the sacrifices they make every day. That's Nightly News for this Sunday. I'm Hallie Jackson. For all of us here at NBC, thanks for watching and have a great holiday week.
I love you, Dad.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.